Yes, you guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to break down and discuss the club's transfer plans for this summer. I'm going to go through the short list of players, top targets we are looking at and hoping to secure this window. On top of this, we'll discuss the players set to leave the club, followed by the club's plans for the loan army and academy grads too. So I hope you guys do enjoy. I'm going to go in depth and it's going to be a very fun and insightful video. Hope you guys enjoy. Smash that like button, help me get over 3,000 likes for today's video. And obviously you guys, one quick plug. Of course, if you have not copped this season's new kit, what are you waiting for? It's become even sexier right now because after winning our second Champions League, we now have two beautiful stars above our crest. Now for myself, I need to upgrade this and I will do this soon, you guys, best believe it. But for you guys that still need to cop, in the description below, you'll find the relevant affiliate links. And of course, apply my discount code NINI10 to get a further 10% off your final order. Without wasting no more time, now we start with things, and courtesy of The Athletic, we got some incredible information behind the club's plans for the summer. And on top of what they're saying, I've also heard some personal things myself so I can provide more detail and more context. To kick things off, we have to discuss the club's finances for this summer. Not only has Brumman's personal fortune increased by nearly 2 billion, the club have earned a significant amount of money after placing themselves fourth in the Premier League and of course winning this year's Champions League too. Due to winning the Champions League, funds have increased by 70 million. On top of this though, the final sum of the Champions League will increase by over 100 million once the share of the broadcasting rights is taken into account. And due to finishing fourth, we get an additional 100 million to play with, meaning that we have over 200 million in the market on top of the sales of players as well. Right now, you guys, it's really feeling like FIFA fantasy career modes, the amount of money we have, the position we're in. However, you guys, we cannot afford to make the same mistakes we've made in previous seasons. After having successful seasons, we're very inconsistent in regards to building from that, improving and actually taking things to the next level. Right now, after we've secured the Champions League, this gives us the opportunity to tap into some of the very best players in the market right now. And with all this money, who is officially on the shortlist for this summer? Now, I'm going to touch upon that very, very soon. But one thing that I have to tell you guys right now is that don't expect Tuchel to have his way and have his say in regards to the targets he wants. Of course, there are players that he will suggest to the club. They will look towards them as well. However, the club will and have always had their own personal targets, and a prime example of this was actually the signing of Kai Havertz last season, meaning that a centre-back for the summer is not something that Tuchel wants. This will be a board signing. And you might be wondering, Nini, why are the board forcing a centre-back onto Tuchel? The reality is, one of our defenders is set to leave. Of course, there's doubts surrounding Kurt Zuma's future. He's not got consistent minutes. Of course, he's joining up now with the French national team, but he may consider his future if he doesn't get consistent game time. Another player whose future is definitely in doubt is Antonio Rudiger. Now, of course, he's had some of his difficulties and controversies behind the scenes, and I'll keep on saying they're correct. They weren't lies, but at the same time, you know, does that mean he's a bad guy? Of course not. And irrespective, he has had an amazing, successful season with us, putting his body on the line time after time after time. Right now, there is a big possibility that he does leave come the end of the season. And in regards to centre-back targets, these are club targets that they've been looking at and scouting for a while. And I'll give you guys an example. The whole Koundé interest from Sevilla is from our scouts and not from Tuchel. As Tuchel's been saying time and time again, he's actually fine with 2 or 3 additions to the team. However, he's a club man, he understands his role and his place, and he knows it's up to him to get any team firing and get any team working. Anyway, you guys, right now, let's look at the official short list of targets we're looking at. You can imagine that as the weeks go on, there'll be a few additional names on top of things, but right now, these players are Haaland, Lukaku, Harry Kane, Tchouameni, Declan Rice, Weigl, Hakimi, Traore, Lacroix, Sula, Varane, Pau Torres, Koundé, and Donnarumma as well. And you guys, with Donnarumma, as I said earlier, again, this is the boards, this is the hierarchy, looking at the situation and potentially looking to sign him based on his young age, his potential. And of course, being on a free contract too. Me personally, I think Donnarumma, for example, would be unnecessary business. We have Kepa, who's earning 170 to 200,000 a week. If we even find a loan club for him, we'd have to subsidise those wages. More than half most likely, or even up to half. And when you add the wages of Kepa, the wages of Mendy plus his transfer fee as well as the signing on fee on bonus and the ridiculous wages that Donnarumma wants, we could be in some mad situation where we're paying for 3 goalkeepers at the same time. It's unnecessary. However, the club, they operate, they do their thing, and it's up to us fans to have to accept things. Who knows? Now we move on to players that will be going. There will be a mass exodus in this window, and naturally this is a great financial situation for the club. There are many players surplus requirements, many players that can be upgraded upon, and many players that aren't needed at this point in time. Players that will be going, as we know already: Tomori, Tammy Abraham, Ross Barkley, Emerson, Bakayoko, Danny Drinkwater, Zeba Costa, Michy Batshuayi, Babarakman, and potentially either Zuma or Rudiger too. In regards to players leaving on loan, we could see Kepa, Ruben or Hudson-Odoi potentially making way this summer. And I say potentially because of course context and circumstances will obviously play its part. In regards to Hudson-Odoi, Dortmund are looking at him as a potential Sancho replacement. However, I'd be very surprised, extremely surprised, if they look to sign Hudson on loan, knowing that they can't profit from him. Now that we know the first team players that will be leaving, let's now look at the loan army and the academy too. We got some news that Tuchel will give 5 players the opportunity to, of course, train during pre-season, and those players will be Conor Gallagher, Mark Guehi, Ethan Ampadu, Armando Broja, and surprisingly Malang Sarr from FC Porto. And I'm going to say surprisingly because during the second part of the season at Porto, they ended up playing first team football for their B team. However, Tuchel wants to give fair opportunities, and you know, this is based on the article from The Athletic. Of course, there's still a massive possibility in reality that Ruben Loftus-Cheek will also get the opportunity to show his stuff during pre-season too. So things are going to be extremely exciting. I have heard that Tuchel was planning to speak to the squad this week. However, after winning the Champions League, he deservedly is spending some time with his family. I mean, he's been away from them for so long, working so hard, being so dedicated to his job and his craft. So he's going to come back next week and address the team. However, the big wigs at the club will be holding important talks during this week to decide the future of our business in this summer. Anyway, we do move on, and it's time to discuss the academy and the young players. Now, of course, a report came out today suggesting that AC Milan are showing a lot of interest in our young wingback slash fullback in Tino Livramento. Naturally, that makes a ton of sense. He is half Italian after all, and he is an extremely exciting talent. Now, the issue with him is that if we did sign Hakimi, if we did sign a replacement for him, naturally he is going to question his future. And I'm actually going to, reconsider something I said yesterday in regards to the fact that, Tino, he's very young. Of course, there could be places for him in the team as time does go on. I realized something. I realized that he is from our academy, meaning that he has ambition. And it was that same ambition that players like Mason Mount, Reece James, and many, many more had to make it at this club. And if you're going to make it here, you need to have that belief in yourself. You need to have that belief in your craft. So he is absolutely entitled to question his future at the club. Anyway, you guys, Tuchel has spoken to many of the young players this season. In regards to Tino Anjorin, there could be some excitement in regards to the game time he gets next season. I'm hearing that the player is feeling quite excited for the future after Tuchel has been working alongside him, has been speaking to him many, many times as well. We haven't seen Tino blow up yet, but it's soon to come. It's bound to happen. This guy is a phenomenal player. And to continue on, Tuchel even spoke to players such as Dujon Sterling. Now, Dujon Sterling has suffered with some very nasty injuries over the past few years. However, he's returned back to the club, his fitness is back, and he has been playing as a right side centre back. In regards to Gilmour, his future is currently in doubt. There's a possibility that he could go on loan. He might be open to permanent moves away depending on offers made for him, but at this point right now, we don't know exactly whether Tuchel has plans for Gilmour for next season. For me, the irony behind Gilmour is that most of his minutes have come against teams in the top 10, and he has excelled and shined in those games. So for me, if you can trust him in games of that occasion, then you can trust him in a lot more. And next season, when Tuchel has a pre-season and can work on things even more, things will go to the next level. Of course, it's going to be very hard to balance everyone in the team, from the academy guys, of course, the seniors, and the new signings. However, I do feel like we are in a position right now where we can make the right, correct decisions. And for me, the most important decision to make is to focus on signing the very best we can. This ain't a window where we need to sign 5, 6, 7 players. Tuchel stressed this and repeated this time and time again. Right now, we have to use our Champions League winning clout, just like we did back in the 2012-13 season, where we got guys like Eden Hazard, Oscar, and many more talents. We have to focus on the best options, the options needed desperately for the team, and believe and trust in the rest of the players we have, you guys. Let's not forget, Tuchel is a manager that has always used young players and shown belief in them. He has one of the best academies in the world. He watches them regularly too, and for me, of course, Tuchel has the possibility now to produce a legacy even greater than Jose Mourinho. So you guys, on that note, they are the transfer plans for this summer and this season. Things should evolve as time goes on. However, right now, this is the information. I hope you guys enjoyed. Of course, I've released tons and tons of videos out there, so make sure you show some love and show some support. So on that note, I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.